See. All right, all right. Good evening, everybody, man. This is another good episode of Because I Feel Like It podcast. I'm here with my guy Swerve, man. We got a couple things to talk to y'all about, man. We're gonna talk about the NBA playoffs and just everything that's been going on up the past week, and then also the NFL schedule release that came out yesterday. I know we both got some very potent um, questions about how this all came together and how it was managed and formed. But we're gonna get to it, and that's what it's gonna be, man. So what's been going on, Swerve?
Well, man, ain't too much. Another day, another week in the books. Almost it's Friday, Junior.
Yeah,
Just happy to be here. Happy to be able to chat and talk sports for a minute.
yeah,
I'm
man.
trying to.
It's I feel like I was talking about it at work today, man. It just feel like this week went by so fast. It just felt like I was literally saying Happy Mother's Day yesterday, and
Yeah,
it's already Friday. For all intents and purposes, it's Friday. Like time went too fast this week, way too fast. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it just seemed like it sped up so fast, man. I'm like,
yeah.
but
I had
yeah,
lot going on my end.
yes, sir, yes, sir. So, what we gonna start with?
Um, we want to start. We can hop on the schedule. Let's start with the schedule.
Yeah, hey, let's schedule, man. Oh my god,
Schedule was released last night.
yeah,
Uh, I'm looking at the schedule, and what bothered me the most, since we just gonna hop into it,
yeah,
um, they open on Thursday at home, but they don't have any back to back home games, which I found that was odd. There's no homestand
right,
for the Eagles, right?
right,
So they open at home against the Cowboys, then they go on the road 10 days later against the Chiefs, right?
right.
You come home 7 days later against the Rams,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're back on the road against the Bucks. You're back home against the Broncos, then you're back on the road Thursday night against the Giants.
Right.
You're back home against the Vikings. I mean, you on the road against the Giants, then you go on the road again against the Vikings.
Yeah.
You come back home against the Giants, then you're on the road against the Packers. You come back home against the Lions, then you go on the road against Dallas. You
Right.
come back home against Chicago, then you're on the road against the Chargers. Like, why can't the defending champs get a homestand?
Yeah. I'm. It's weird to me because one, this is one thing. Like why do they always just for the Eagles? Why are they always playing in Tampa? Like
Yeah,
to me, I'm questioning that because yes, the Bucks have been okay since Brady has retired. Right, they've been okay. I'm not going to say they've been a great team. I'm going to say they've been a good team, but they don't warrant the defending champions having to come to them again.
again,
They've been in Tampa every year for the last what
4 years.
now?
4 years. It seems like 4 years. Well,
Yeah,
maybe they played them 4 times in the last 4 years because they played them twice
and
two
in
years
the Super
ago.
Bowl year, yeah, the year they lost the Super Bowl, right, right.
Then they play. No, no, no. That was the year Tampa beat them in the playoffs, right?
No, that was the year before that. That was in 21 when Tampa
They
beat them in
played.
the playoffs.
So they played Tampa like 5 times in the last 4 years.
Right, exactly. All in Tampa.
Why?
Except, yeah, matter of fact, All of them was in Tampa.
All of them was in Tampa.
All of them. I'm like, no, I take that back. The year that year, I want to say that was the year. Yeah, okay. So in 21, they played them twice. That year, in the regular season, they played them in Tampa, but they played them in Philly, but Tampa won, right? And then every matchup after that has been in Tampa, including that 21 playoff game. The next year they played them in the Super Bowl year that they lost. But the Eagles beat them down there. They came back and had to play them again the next year. Tampa beat them down there, and then again last year. So that's 5 times in 4 years. You know, I'm sitting there like, like what are we doing here, man? Like, why is it? And then it's always in that type of part of the season. In the first 4 or 5 games of the year, I'm like, what are we doing? Why are they always going down there? Why can't Tampa come to Philly? What has Tampa done to warrant them having to make that trip every year?
Yeah,
I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that.
Me neither.
And then I don't mind. You know, I don't mind playing Dallas early, but I'm like, even still, like, why? It's petty. I get it. You know, they're not relevant like they used to be anymore. So you want to raise the banner in front of them just to troll them. Yes, I get that. But at the same time, I'm like, why are we seeing Dallas game 1? You know what I'm saying? Let the season go.
Yeah, I didn't. You know what's stupid about this schedule? If I was going to get to that, like, let me pull it back up because I want to make sure. You're not playing Washington until week 16.
And then you play them another week after.
And then you play them in week 18. You play them in week 16, and then you play them in week 18. That makes no sense. But the Giants as well. Like, you play the Giants in week 6. You go to Minnesota and you play the Giants in New York on week 6.
Right.
On Thursday night. Week 7, you play at Minnesota.
Yeah.
At 1:00. And then you come back in week 8 and play the Giants in the link. Like, you're really playing both of your 2 out of your 3 divisional series in 3 week spans.
Yeah, I don't particularly care for this schedule. I mean, I'm not going to say that. I mean, I'm from a competitive aspect, I'm not scared of none of them. So that's not that. It's just how it was put together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
the schedule
it really pisses me off. You know, because I was looking at all the rest of the other leagues or the other team schedules. Man, like the what is it called? The Titans, right? The Titans sitting up there, they got the least amount of miles to travel in the season. The least amount.
Them in Buffalo,
like 8,000 miles total the whole season. I'm like, shouldn't the remaining or the defending champions get the benefit of the doubt? You sent them out. You sent them out of country to go down to Brazil, and you took a home game from them last year, a true home game, and then you're going to turn around and come back and say you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here?
I'm on my old school shit. I got my 40 tonight.
Yeah, I'm on.
Shout out to my boy Matt.
And then
he dropped me off.
I don't like their schedule. I don't particularly care.
You
know what I'm saying? I don't
Me either.
For it at all.
I just don't get, like, I watch, like, I think it's like 3 or 4 teams that got 3 home games in a row.
Yeah.
So you telling me you can make sure it's 3 or 4 other teams that got 3 or 4 home games in a row, but you can't make sure the Super Bowl champs get back-to-back home games? You got 17 games to figure it out. You couldn't give them
all
Back to
year.
back home games all year.
And then the sequencing of the days of the week. You know what I'm saying? You got them playing on Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Saturday,
Sunday,
Sunday,
Monday.
Monday.
What are we doing here? I get it. It's more streaming money out there, but what are you doing today? I know they want to. I know they want to promote the game. I know they want it to become global. I know they're trying to appease the younger fans. I get all of that, but at the same time, man, I'm just like, don't get too far away from the fabric of what the game is. You know what I'm saying? Because now you running in one thing, you running into college football, right? At a certain point, because now you're trying to push everything on Saturdays, right? And then some in some of those lower lower conferences in college football, when do they play? Tuesday,
Tuesday,
Thursday,
Wednesday.
Friday, like that. I know the MAC for sure play on what, Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Monday, I think.
Yeah, it's Wednesday night MAC football. Wednesday night. Like Tuesday, Wednesday is the day for the MAC and the. Well, I don't know. They didn't change and broke up conferences and did certain
Yeah,
things.
they just
But
don't
it used
know.
to be like Wednesday night MAC.
Yeah, and like I
So
said, I saw. I'm looking at other teams' um, schedules, like the 49ers. They got the weakest schedule, but I don't really think the 49ers are the strongest team. So you don't know how that's going to play out. You know what I mean? And then like I said, the darn what was it, the Titans? I saw theirs. I'm like, what are we doing? Yes, they was
yeah,
3-14, but they shouldn't have the
Hey, Kirby
luxury
girls. So I don't know about.
of only having to travel maybe from Tennessee to Minnesota and back. For the whole
yeah.
year. I don't like that at all. I don't.
I
So
didn't. I didn't.
go ahead.
I
Go
didn't
ahead.
like anything. I didn't like anything about it, and I'm trying to figure it out.
It is what it is, man.
Uh,
Like, understand, like when the Eagles got to the Super Bowl the first time in 22-23, right? That schedule was wild. It didn't. I could have swore like they might have played 3 1 o'clock games on Sunday all year. And that's another thing, dude. Like you literally, like, on Friday is Black Friday after Thanksgiving. So people outside, right? And then all the other games you looking at 4:30, 4:25, 8:15, 8:30, 8:30 on Monday. Like, it's just like, oh, like they have no, I understand, like they want the engagement, but people grown too. They got jobs.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Then they got to prepare, get all their stuff ready to go just to watch a game, and they already tired.
right. I think they got 6 1 o'clock games. The Black Friday game is at 3.
Right.
They played Dallas the second time at 4:25. Then they play the Lions at 8:20. The Packers Thursday night football at 8:15.
Yeah.
So they got Giants at 8:15. So the Chiefs at 4:25. Cowboys at 8:20. So they literally have more games. Um, um, they literally have more games not at 1 o'clock than they do at 1 o'clock. Enough for another year. I feel like the last 3 years.
They've been pretty much
Uh,
on prime time the whole time.
yeah,
I mean, I love it, you know what I'm saying, because that's the team, you know what I'm saying. But I'm like, yo, can we have some traditional Sundays? You know what I mean? Let's watch these teams out early. That way we can chill.
yeah.
You
So
know what
I
I
can
mean?
just sit back and relax. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy because Like the year they went to the Super Bowl, they didn't have a lot of prime time games. I guess there was the expect they got AJ Brown, but it still wasn't. They still weren't in. I think they might have had three.
Right.
Then the year after they lost the Super Bowl, they was on six times, which was horrible. Um, because it was just like I like to be in bed at 8 o'clock on a Sunday. Like I gotta get up and go to work. Like I gotta get up and go to work. And then like I don't mind Thursday because I can push through a Friday.
Right.
But like 8:15 on a Sunday means I'm not getting in bed until midnight. And if they lost, I'm not going to sleep till like 3. And if it was a big win, I'm not going to sleep now. And then I'm just mad. So I mean I get it, but it's nonsense. And it's nonsense that we don't got a back-to-back game on top of playing 6 games prime time with the last 2 to be determined because I'm pretty sure that the last Washington game is going to be on a Saturday. It's going to be on a Saturday, and that one December 20th, that one on December 20th, I'm pretty sure if they're both within striking range of each other in the division, that's not going to be a 1 o'clock game.
Or one of them is fighting to get the number 1 seed. Obviously, whatever else is going on. But at the same time, I'm sitting there looking at the rest of the schedules in the division itself, and I'm just like, yeah, the Dallas got a hell of a schedule. You know what I mean? So we ain't really pretty much worried about the Giants. They done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I will say this because I don't want to seem like you got to have some sort of unbiased take to it. I am proud to see what Jaden Daniels is going to do this year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I want to see what the growth is in him and where he's going to take this team because everybody has tape on him. You know what I mean? And how I want to see what what's his name? What's this offensive coordinator's name? I forgot his name off the top of my head.
Kingsbury.
Kingsbury. I want to see what else is in his bag. Because once everybody got all other stuff figured out, you gotta have something that's ready. You gotta make sure that Jaden is ready to go. You know what I mean? But I think they play with six primetime games, and they schedule a second place schedule. But you know what I mean? I think they're up and coming team. As far as how they rank in the division, it's obviously Eagles 1. I know Commanders fans and Eagles and Cowboys fans. I see them depending on what type of defensive changes the Cowboys have made and what they do with their running back position because I don't trust any of their running backs. You know what I mean? I think that's going to be a tougher fight for number 2 than what some people think. You know what I'm saying? Because I think some Commanders fans automatically think it's 1 and 2. You know what I mean? I think Dallas is closer to Washington than Washington is to us, or Washington.
I agree with that.
Eagles, and like the Cowboys ain't nowhere near us. Like I don't even think, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to any Cowboys fans, but it's no longer to me a real rivalry. It's just like who we playing, y'all. But based off of everything that's happened over the last 20 to 25 years, it is not the same. There's no disrespect to y'all. I will talk to y'all and have that conversation with y'all respectfully in a respectable manner. But as far as like us being rivals, that is not there to me. We're past that. You know what I mean? No, I say, and it's for various reasons, but it's just y'all not there with the Eagles, man, right now. But have had that conversation of we
I don't even. You know what's wild is I really don't think that was even going to be the first game until they traded for George Pickens.
Yeah, and I think that might have been just been like, hey, Pittsburgh, please give them somebody because we need somebody to make them respectable because it wasn't just all they had if you look on offense, all they had was
CD Lamb.
That was it.
CD Lamb. And it's like they got George Pickens, so I think that put them into, it's America's team. Like I said, when we talked in the chat, I didn't understand why you would take your biggest draw, one of the biggest draws, because win, lose, or bad, Cowboys fans are idiots, and they gonna watch and they gonna watch.
Yeah.
Like no matter how bad their team is, they gonna support and watch. And I say idiots, but they support that team through thick and thin. So I didn't understand why you would take one of the teams that are guaranteed ratings, and you're going to play them against the Eagles, which everybody's going to be watching Thursday night. No matter if you're a fan, you don't have to be an Eagles fan. You don't have the Eagles could literally be playing anybody on Thursday night, and all of America's tuning in because it's the first game of the season, and people just are going to be happy to have football back. So,
right,
playing the Cowboys opening game made no sense. There were several other options there for the Eagles. I don't like to play in the division that early, but outside of the division, you had
it's too early, man.
You had the Rams. You could have bought the Rams in the tail. You could have given us the Lions because everybody thought it was going to be the Eagles Lions in the NFC Championship. We didn't get to see because one of the teams didn't live up to what they were supposed to do and they didn't get there. Also, you want to market.
You could have ran
Caleb Williams. Yeah, I was about to say you could have ran. You could have. Caleb Williams is a guy who I think is better than a lot of people give him credit for. I think he has a lot of haters, but as we've seen with another quarterback in this year's draft, a particular group of people hate when a young man is confident and believes in himself.
Right.
Like something came out about Shedeur today. I know we said we were going to talk about it, but he didn't have bad interviews. It came out he didn't have bad interviews. Teams were just put off that he believed in himself so much that no matter the situation, he believed he was going to turn the program around. And they call that a character issue. Like if having belief in yourself is a character issue, I don't know what to tell you. It's not okay for a certain player to have belief in themselves, but it's okay for another player. That's just weird. But again, I'm not going to talk about that right now because it's going to lead me down that rabbit hole, and I'm going to hurt people's feelings and say things that they don't want to hear. But it was so many better games. I hate playing division games this early, and then if you look at it, we got 3 of them before week 8, which is crazy.
Yeah.
To have the Cowboys in week 1, Giants in week 6, Giants in week 8. And then you don't play your last 2 until week 16 and 18, and they're both against Washington. Like, how do you go a whole season without having the Eagles play Washington after they met in the NFC Championship? That makes no sense to me. Like, that could have been your Black Friday game.
To me, the Chiefs should have been the opening. That should have been a rematch. Because, I mean, how many other years in a row have they had a Super Bowl rematch in the opening game?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the Chiefs should have been the match. Either that, or if you was going to put anybody there, put the
should have been what?
Put the
I would have been, I would have been okay if it wasn't the Chiefs. I would have been okay with having Washington open up if we were going to play a divisional game.
Right.
I would have much rather have been Washington because that was a rematch of the NFC Championship.
Right.
Dallas wasn't even in the playoffs this year.
Dallas wasn't even in the playoffs after they wasn't even in playoff talks after what?
After week, that's what I'm saying. So
after Halloween?
You opening up with Dallas simply because Dallas is BS. Like if you were going to open up.
Yeah, they're going.
If you were going to open up divisional, it should have been the 2 teams that played in NFC Championship. Last year's game, didn't we get a rematch of the AFC Championship? We got Lamar versus Pat.
Right.
We got Lamar versus Pat. Like, so I just think that they dropped the ball when it comes to the Eagles. But I still think they finished 12 and 4, 13 and 12 and 5, 13 and 4, and win the division.
Yeah. Yep. Now,
I'm not going to get too far into that because we still a lot of days out from football, so we can jump into we got a few more minutes to talk. Would you want to talk about the draft, the NBA draft lottery, or you want to talk about the playoffs first?
we talked about the playoffs, man. Like, I'm just, it's really, it's. I feel bad that Steph didn't get to finish it out. You know what I'm saying? That was a brutal. Having that. What is it called? He had his hamstring. That wasn't. I didn't like that. You know what I mean? Because it pretty much gave Minnesota a straight walk to
Yeah,
the Western Conference Finals. I think he, at a minimum, that series would have went 6, if not 7. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? I think that, and then props to Ant, because it seemed like he's becoming more of a leader. And then he was. There's a lot of things he's picked up on, understanding how to allow his guys to get off first, and then he gradually asserts himself with his intentions throughout the game. So I love to see that out of Ant. But and Jimmy's talking all that mess, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad I got out of Miami. But brother, understand, like, when Steph was out, that was you. And then what really happened over the last couple, even though they lost, what happened over those last couple of games is Kaminga was out playing. You know what I mean? So I'm like, hey, so now you lobbied to get out of Miami. You took pretty much Kaminga's spot just for Kaminga to come back and overshadow you. And then you play the back seat to Kaminga. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, you Jimmy Buckets, you know what I'm saying? Playoff Jimmy. You got to make that happen. And I love Jimmy. I love him. But at the same time, dude, understand what you asked for. You got what you asked for. And then when the lights got hot, started burning you when it was on you. You know what I mean? So I mean,
Jimmy ain't it, man.
I just, what I mean,
Um,
you can't ask for all that and then not produce when it get to it. But
yeah,
yeah,
Jimmy.
go ahead.
Jimmy. Had the opportunity to prove his worth, and like I say, that the NBA is a superstar league, and that's the difference between a superstar
And a star, yeah, yeah,
and a star. Jimmy Butler's a star. Jimmy Butler's a fantastic player, and it's a superstar.
yeah. I was
Ant's on the verge of becoming a superstar.
and
Uh,
star
J-
now. Hey, look, I posed a question in Blue Sky um earlier this afternoon, and I asked the question. I was like, "Who's the better basketball player right now?" I'm not talking where they have taken their team. I was asking specifically, who's the better basketball player right now, Luca or Ant?
Ant.
Yeah,
I'm
I
taking Ant. If Ant and Luca, if we're in the draft and I have the next pick and Ant and Luca are on the board, I'm taking Ant. I'm taking Ant over Luca.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
I just
taking
like
it.
where he's going, man. But back to Jimmy real quick, because I was on the way home. I was listening to the NBA channel on Sirius XM, and Eddie Johnson, OG Eddie Johnson, man, he was talking about Jimmy. He was like, he didn't think Jimmy was a superstar, and I had to really think about it. I was like, Jimmy, he's there until I listened to Eddie, and Eddie made it easier for me to understand why he is not there. You know what I'm saying? Because of how he picks and chooses when he wants to play ball. You know what I mean? And then that's a big thing when you the man and you need to carry the team. You can't just say, "Hey, I just want to play the game the right way." Look, if the team
Nah,
if the team requires if the game or the situation requires you to get up 25 to 30 shots,
you got to go get up 35 shots.
you can't say, "Well, I played the game good, but I only took 11 shots." That's not helping your team, bro. Because
Yeah,
you got to replace Steph.
yeah. When Steph went down, I knew it was over.
Yeah.
I think like it's just excuse me, it's levels, and I think like Jimmy Butler is a really great basketball. He's a really really good basketball player at that professional level.
And then the next thing I wanted to prayers and prayers and strength and just a quick recovery to JT too, man, because that was brutal what happened in the Boston
Yeah,
series. But at the same time, look, I'm telling you, that New York losing that game last night was alarming to me because if you can lose that game and Boston feels comfortable, even though they've had games where they've dropped, they were up 20 and they lost the series, they lost the game. They were still up 20. They feel whatever you feel. They want to say they feel very comfortable in New York.
yeah.
You lose this game. If you lose this game tomorrow night,
It's over. They got to be over tomorrow night. If you're in New York, Nick,
you got to win.
The series has to end tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
No ifs, ands, or buts. Like you just got to go in there. Like I expected Boston to play with fight. Boston got a team full of vets. Like you got Derek White, who I don't think you're gonna get another 35-point game from Derek White.
No.
You got Jaylen Brown. You got Al Harford. Like these guys are champions.
Right. Yeah.
You got Drew Holiday, who's been banged up. Drew's a champion. Like Drew done won 2 championships. Like,
yeah.
And he can affect the game without scoring. Like he doesn't need to score to affect the game. Boston's good. I expected Boston to put up a fight. I actually bet Boston in the first quarter yesterday because I expected them to come out and like put up a fight. What I didn't expect was that the big white dude, whatever his name is, he locked Cat up.
Cornette. Yeah, man.
Cornette. Yeah,
he's playing some tough fundamental ball as a feeling, big time.
Yeah, he locked Cat up. Like he played the game of his life. Are we going to get another 10.8 rebound, 7 block game from Cornette? Like everything just fell in place for
because you don't know what you're going to get from Porzingis.
Porzingis,
I think,
yeah,
because I think he's dealing with some type of viral issue. You know what I'm saying? I hope prayers to him as well. I hope whatever it is it can get cleared up. But the one thing about Boston that I am proud of, and I really don't like anything that comes out of Boston, like personally, but just for me, I like JT and I like Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, they keep trying to say that Jaylen Brown is like not a 1A. I'm like, let me tell you something, Jack. Jaylen Brown, if you put him on any other team in the NBA, he is a 1A. Period. Yes. Tatum or JT got the Finals MVP and all that last year. Yes, okay, great. Jaylen Brown was the one that really ran that team last year. You know what I'm saying? Jaylen Brown is a 1A. He can play. He is comfortable being a 1B, but make no doubt about it, he is a 1A. Period. Because everything he does with intentions. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's getting to the rack, the physicality, locking, the jump shot, attacking, defense, defend. He's a great defender. Like he does everything with intentions, and he mean it. If he just happens to have a bad game, if Jaylen Brown has a bad game, I'm like, all right, he just had a bad game because you know what this dude is made of. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I think Jalen is just as good as Tatum. I think again, this goes to I was saying Jalen Brown is probably if you're looking at just a basketball player,
Yeah,
Jalen Brown's probably a better basketball player than Jason Tatum.
right.
So more complete. He's a more complete basketball player than Jason Tatum because Jalen Brown uh, can go give you. He can give you 20, 25, and he can guard your best defensive. He can guard the other team's best offensive player. Like Jalen Brown lets the game come to him. It's a lot of things Jalen Brown doesn't force. I
Right.
think Tatum is the focal point of the Celtics offensively. So a lot of people who watch the game don't they automatically think just Tatum is the best player on the Celtics. When all actuality, I think Jalen Brown can do everything Tatum can offensively.
Right.
I don't think Tatum can do everything Jalen Brown can do defensively.
Offensively, and that makes perfect sense.
And I
Right.
think Jalen Brown is the more well-rounded of the two. Offensively, if you just go on offensively, I think Tatum is the superior offensive player, but I think Jalen Brown's offense is closer to Tatum's offense than Tatum's defense is closer to Jalen Brown's defense.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Like if I could get if I could put any player in a pick and roll and force them to defend, and I had to pick between who I wanted to make the defender on ball defender, I'm going to put Tatum in that situation 10 out of 10 times and force Tatum to defend
Yeah.
than I would Jalen Brown. But the Celtics, they done. I mean, I'm not. I don't like Celtics fans. I don't like the bull who run Barstool. I think he's a dick. It's a bunch of dudes in my sports groups that just they be quiet. Like they like somebody said, why couldn't it be John Morant? Like all this extra stuff. I just don't like Celtics fans. I
Yeah,
think they're
yeah, yeah,
trash.
yeah, yeah. People, that's too far, man. Like,
Yeah,
I'm to the point now, man. Like, and I hate to say even saying going back to the Eagles thing, but we'll stick on the NBA. I'm just like, I don't even just like what is your point? When I see stuff like that, you know what I do? I go hit the block button. Like, I don't have time to talk about
yeah.
it. It's stupid. Like,
Celtics fans are so trash, right? And it pains me because I love I love the Red Sox. Like I root for the Red Sox, but
yeah,
like you said, Boston is just trash, bro. Like their fans are obnoxious. They got they got this one most recently, and before then it was like Ray Allen and the one with Kevin Garnett, and they celebrate that joint like it was like bro, it's one relax. Like as a Sixers fan, we ain't had one since '83. But I done seen two with the Eagles, and I ain't acted like in football. It's way harder to get one in football, and I ain't act like nowhere near what these Celtics fans act like. Like these Celtics fans are trash. They're
yeah,
disgusting. Like
yeah,
and then like like you said, I actually Tatum's a Duke kid. He's a Duke guy. I want Tatum. I want Tatum to be great. But like this Celtics fans are the Cowboys of the NBA.
yeah.
They really are.
And I'm sitting there watching the first part of the OKC game. You know, it's in Denver right now. Denver up 6.
Yeah.
You know, they out there.
If Denver,
And I,
listen, if
yeah,
Denver,
go
if,
ahead.
if Denver ain't up double digits going into the fourth, they going home tonight. They going home tonight.
Yeah, I just think that Denver. I am a Jamal Murray supporter, but only to a certain extent because of everything going back with Bones and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't think that Joker has enough there. It's just really to me, and I like Jamal Murray, but it's really just is really at this point because people sleeping on AG now, man. Aaron Gordon has gotten better.
Yeah, you know but that's what I'm saying.
He's gotten better.
I can't say Joker don't have enough there because Joker won a title with that same core group.
No, let's see. That's.
Bruh, listen.
You don't
have no. But
I can't. Listen, I can't say that. Can't say that.
If that was KD, if that was Giannis, if that was Bron, if that was anybody else who the way they praise Joker, we wouldn't be saying. Imagine them saying anytime Bron say, "Oh, what if Bron said, oh, I ain't winning because I don't got KCP."
Yeah, but the thing is though, they miscalculated. I get that. I get what you're saying. You're not wrong in that aspect, but at the same time, those two, like Bruce Brown.
No, they got busy in the playoffs.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
They got busy,
and I think not necessarily Joker in them. I think, and obviously it showed because he got fired.
Yeah, Malone and the officer front. But imagine Bron being like, "Yo, we ain't win this shit because KCP and Bruce Brown ain't here."
Big time. Yeah, they miscalculated it big time, man.
Yeah, and then not playing Bones and playing Braun. I mean, Denver did a lot, but just like if we put Joker in this rare air, and at the same time, every time Joker don't win, the same people who criticize and critique other players are like, "Oh man, Joker need help." Aaron Gordon's been balling.
Yeah,
Aaron Gordon wasn't 0 for 10 from 3 the other night. Aaron Gordon didn't shoot 38% from the floor the other night. This is the same team. Like, we can't say, "Oh, look at Joker and the Nuggets. They the 3rd seed, they the 4th seed." The Nuggets still are championship contenders. And then when they lose, "Oh, Joker needs some more help." No, y'all gotta stop picking and choosing who need more help. Joker got this. Was Jamal Murray on that team that won the championship? Yes.
Yeah.
Was Aaron Gordon on that team that won the championship? Yes.
Yeah.
Was Michael Porter Jr. on that team that won the championship? Yes. Was Joker on that team? So you got 4 guys that are champions on that team.
Yeah, but a lot of it. So, the thing is, though, what you can't do at the same time is you can't underestimate when you build a team and the cohesiveness of it, right? You can't underestimate the bond. You can't.
I'm gonna hit you with that.
What your brother's doing right next to you. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
I give you that. I understand that, but also I understand that if you saying I got this guy who that makes other guys around him better,
right?
Then maybe I got the Joker who makes Bruce Brown and KCP better. Maybe we can just go and get replacements for Brown and KCP, and they can step in and do the same thing. We've seen that. Oh yeah, well, I'm on that Menace to Society Boys in the Hood. I'm drinking straight 40s next week. Shout out to my guy Matt. This show has been brought to you by 40 ounces of Miller Lite twice. That's 80 ounces. I got a pee soon as I'm finished. And I got my cup. Sipping with Swerve. We still great. Start that up. I'm on that. I gotta plug the ABK white cognac. That's what I'm on right now. Oh no, I'm never changing. I'm still me. Always Swerve. Sipping with Swerve. 40 ounces of Miller Lite and some ABK cognac tonight. That's what we on. I just gave them a plug. I expect that check to come in the mail pretty soon. But you know what it is. Well, Joker, you're not getting no pass from me because I done seen them criticize the KD's Mr. OK. What did they say when he lost in OKC and then he left the Golden State? They killed KD in the paper. They ain't say KD need more help. Steph gave up a 3-1 lead. They didn't say they killed Steph in them. They didn't say Steph needed more help. But now Joker need more help. Y'all complain about Bron. Bron could trade for me. Bron say go get Swerve. Next thing you know, they're gonna show my highlights from
I said,
11 and 12 Storming Classic. Like come on, man.
but
Like everybody who played.
I say that because of what was done above him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get a pass from me. Like, if it's something that you just not doing on the court, I understand that. But what I've seen from him in this series, he's done his job on the court. It's really about what leadership has done. Like, he had a couple games where, his shooting percentage was down, but what really failed him the most was the GM. Like, how do you let this happen? Like, how do you mismanage the roster like that? Things that are I'm not going to charge you for things that are out of your control. I'm not going to do that. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm coming from with it, because I just don't. I've never really cared for Calvin Booth in that aspect, because I'm like, for one, obviously because of the stuff he did with Bones, for no reason. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much cut Bones' career off, and hopefully he gets all of that back. But he pretty much cut his career off at the knees, all because he wanted to play more, and then because you felt he missed a flight, you got him out of here for a guy. Granted, yes, Bron has some defensive things he can do, and he's athletic, but he is not Bones. There is no doubt about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He did that to Bone. I'm like, no, bro. Like, I don't like how he did that. So you put that.
I'm not a Calvin Booth fan.
This team now, and I'm like, no,
yeah.
Like, I don't like that at all. I saw nothing of what he did. I don't like it. So
I agree with you. Calvin Booth for something. Mr. D, tell Miller cut that check. 2-5, 2-4, 2-5. Well, Jamal Murray, that's a Canadian flu game, fam. We're not worried about Jamal Murray. Like, I'm not. Listen, the OKC. If Denver don't blow these dudes out, they going home tonight. They gonna need. Yeah, they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to be up 10. They're gonna have to be up 10 the whole game. Because listen, what I'm telling you. Like we said the other day, them boys in OKC playing with no fear. And they see Minnesota in the next round, and I think honestly, as good as Ant's playing, if OKC win tonight, I'm about to say it's gonna be 4-1. It's gonna be 4-1. OKC going 4-1.
If they get one, because I don't think them games would be close.
Me neither.
You looking at 15 point wins at a minimum. But yeah, man, it was that's what we had to talk about tonight, man. You know what I mean? The schedules, NFL schedules, and then obviously with the NBA playoffs, and our views on those things going on, man. We got our brother Nelson coming up. He probably gonna come up probably Saturday or Sunday. He got a special topic he want to talk about Diddy. Also, shout out and proud of him becoming a city councilman down in Smyrna, Delaware. So that's all love for him as well.
Shout out to Nelson.
Shout out to Nelson, man. So he gonna have that topic for y'all probably Saturday or Sunday. And then after that, we'll probably I'm gonna try to get us back on here at least Tuesday early, late same time Tuesday, and then we probably gonna do a group one together on Thursday. So Tuesday and Thursday, look out for the both of us, man. We got a lot coming to y'all just on different topics. It ain't just gonna be sports, as you say. Nelson, you want to talk about Diddy and the situation there, so we're gonna let him rock with that. But it ain't just gonna be about sports. It ain't just gonna be about the Eagles or just about the 76ers or the case may be, man. We got a lot of topics we're gonna approach coming up soon. For myself, you can always reach me on Blue Sky, man. I'm, Imagine Life 2 and Blue Sky. That's an up and coming social media site. Mirror is running right neck and neck with Twitter right now. Just need to get a little bit more as far as streaming and all that stuff going. But It's a lot of good people on that site, man. It's very chill. Good people on there. You can also reach me or reach the group itself because I feel like on Instagram, subscribe and join this channel here on YouTube. We are also on Facebook, so you can find us there. Subscribe to the page there, man. We got a lot going, and you're gonna probably have another person joining the team relatively soon, probably before the middle of June. We have a new person coming on, man. But hey, it's been a blessing and an honor to be rocking with y'all. I swear, man. Where can the people find you?
You can find me in St. Louis, rolling on Dubs. Nah, that wasn't that Nelly. Nelly, oh, shout out to Nelly. Nah, you can find me on St. Louis. Nah, Nelly, you trash too.
Yeah.
I think I identify as skinny on X and Blue Sky and the Black Jason Kelsey on IG. I'm around. I be out. I'm outside. It's summer. The weather breaking. I be outside.
Yes,
Thank y'all for rocking with us. It's been a long week, rough week, but we here
a quick
and
one
we gonna
too.
start. Fast. We gonna start producing more content. We got Nels coming up with his topic, the diddler Justin Toucher, and them. He gonna talk about that. And just thank y'all for tuning in and for all y'all support, and we'll be seeing y'all soon.
Y'all be easy, man. Good night.
Good evening.